Hey guys, Poofomania here, and as you may know, the Oscars are coming up this Sunday, so I thought I'd make a video telling you guys my predictions for each category, and I'm going to tell you guys three things about each category. The first is who I think will win. This is the person that's most likely going to take the Oscar. Who I think should win, the person that I think, in my eyes, deserves it, and who I think could win. You know, the person that has a possibility of maybe pulling an upset. So let's get started. First up is Music Original Score, and the nominees are Anna Karenina, Argo, Life of Pi, Lincoln, and Skyfall. And for who I think will win, I think Life of Pi will win this category. I really like the score to that movie. I think it's by Michael Diana. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but it was a great score. And for who I think should win, I'd also say Life of Pi, just because I really like that score. And for who I think could win, I think Lincoln definitely has a shot, just because their score was composed by John Williams, who is of course one of the best composers of all time. So I think he has a slight shot too. But it looks like this is Life of Pi's category. Next up, I have Music Original Song, and the nominees are Before My Time from Chasing Ice, Everybody Needs a Best Friend from Ted, Pi's Lullaby, Life of Pi, Skyfall from Skyfall, and Suddenly from Les Mis. For who I think will win, for me this is a no-brainer. I think Skyfall will win. I love that song, so I'm also going to say that's who I think should win. And as far as could win, I think this is definitely Skyfall's category. But if I had to say who I think could win, I'd maybe say Suddenly from Les Mis, just because it's a musical and you know, it's gotten a lot of nominations. But I don't think it will win. Next up is Visual Effects, and the nominees are The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, Life of Pi, Marvel's The Avengers, Prometheus, and Snow White and the Huntsman. And for this category, I think that Life of Pi will win. And for could win, the nominee that I think could win this category, I would say The Avengers, which is also my should win, because I really like The Avengers, and the effects were amazing in that movie. So although since this is a big blockbuster, action-packed film, I don't think that it will win the category. I think it's going to Life of Pi, but it definitely has a shot. Next up is Writing Adapted Screenplay, and the nominees are Chris Terrio for Argo, Lucy Alibar and Ben Zeitlin for Beasts of Southern Wild, David McGee for Life of Pi, Tony Kushner for Lincoln, and David O. Russell for Silver Linings Playbook. And this one, there are a lot of great nominees in this category, but I think the nominee that will win is Tony Kushner for Lincoln. I love that script. It was so well written, really captured, you know, how they talked at that time in the 1800s. For who I think could win, I'm going to say Argo by Chris Terrio, and that's also going to be my should win, along with Silver Linings Playbook by David O. Russell. But really, most of the nominees in this category are well-deserved. I liked pretty much all these movies and all these scripts. Next up is Writing Original Screenplay, and the nominees are Amour by Michelle Haneke, Django Unchained by Quentin Tarantino, Flight by John Gatins, Moonrise Kingdom by Wes Anderson and Roman Coppola, and Zero Dark 30 by Mark Boal. And this is another kind of tough category to choose. If I had to say will win, I'd have to maybe say Zero Dark 30, although that's not definite at all, because I would say for could win would be Django Unchained, knowing how Quentin Tarantino won the Golden Globe this year for Django Unchained screenplay. So this is either one of their categories, and they're being upset by pretty much anyone else in this category too. And for who I think should win, I would also say Django Unchained. That's my favorite movie of last year, and I love the screenplay. So that's who I'm saying for should win. Next up is Directing, and the nominees are Amour, Michael Haneke, Beasts of Southern Wild by Ben Zeitlin, Life of Pi by Ang Lee, Lincoln by Steven Spielberg, and Silver Linings Playbook by David O. Russell. And for me, I think will win will be Steven Spielberg. If Ben Affleck were nominated in this category, I would say Ben Affleck, but he's not. You know, that was a big snub on the Academy's part. But for who I think could win, I think Ang Lee definitely does have a shot for winning for Life of Pi. I think it's between those two. And for who I think should win, I'm just saying for should win people that are nominated. But if I had to say someone that's not nominated, I think that Ben Affleck should have won this category. But out of the nominees, I'd have to say that I think David O. Russell should win for Silver Linings Playbook, because I just absolutely love that movie. Next up is Animated Feature Film, and the nominees are Brave, Frankenweenie, Paranorman, The Pirates Band of Misfits, and Wreck-It Ralph. For who I think will win, I think Brave will win, unfortunately. But for who I think could win, I'd say either, you know, there are a lot of, pretty much every nominee in this category is a could win. If I had to choose one, I'd probably say Wreck-It Ralph. And if I had to say who I think should win, I'd say Wreck-It Ralph and Paranorman, because I love both those movies. Alright, so now we're getting down to the acting categories. And first up is actress in a supporting role. And we have Amy Adams for The Master, Sally Field for Lincoln, Anne Hathaway for Les Mis, Helen Hunt for The Sessions, and Jackie Weaver for Silver Linings Playbook. And for who I think will win, this is a no-brainer. I think Anne Hathaway will win. For who I think should win, I think I'd have to say Anne Hathaway too. She was only on screen for like 10-20 minutes, but that just shows how great her performance was. You know, she had such a limited time on screen, but she just wowed you. And I think that she should win this category. As far as could win, I think the only other could win is Sally Field. She has a slight shot, but it looks like it's going to Anne Hathaway. For actor in a supporting role, we have Alan Arkin for Argo, Robert De Niro for Silver Linings Playbook, Philip Seymour Hoffman for The Master, Tommy Lee Jones for Lincoln, and Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained. And for who I think will win, this is a pretty tough category, but I have to say Tommy Lee Jones for Lincoln. I loved his performance in this movie. A lot of people just say he was playing Tommy Lee Jones, but I don't think so. I thought he gave his best performance in years. For who I think should win, I think either Tommy Lee Jones or Christoph Waltz should win. It would have been great if Leo was nominated, but he's not. And as far as could win, anyone in this category is a could win. If I had to choose one, I'd probably say probably Alan Arkin or Robert De Niro. Either one of them are a could win, but even Philip Seymour Hoffman could come up and get the Oscar, or Christoph Waltz, knowing how he won the Golden Globe. So it's anyone's category. Next up, we got actress in a leading role, and the nominees are Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30, Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook, Manuel Riva for Amour, Quvenzhané Wallis for Beasts of the Southern Wilds, and Naomi Watts for The Impossible. And for who I think will win, I have to say Jennifer Lawrence. I think Jessica Chastain is definitely a could win, as is Emmanuel Riva, but it looks like it's either going to be Jennifer Lawrence or Jessica Chastain. And for who I think should win, I'd have to say Jennifer Lawrence. I really loved her performance in Silver Linings Playbook. I feel like it was one of the many elements that made that movie so great. So hopefully she takes home an Oscar. Next we have actor in a leading role, and the nominees are Bradley Cooper for Silver Linings Playbook, Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, Hugh Jackman for Les Miserables, Joaquin Phoenix for The Master, and Denzel Washington for Flight. And honestly, will win is obvious here. This is the only person that should win, and that's Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln. He totally encompassed Lincoln. He made Lincoln. You know, nobody's really ever heard Lincoln talk before, so he used the knowledge we had about him and made one hell of a performance, and he definitely should and will win this category. As far as could win, I really do think that this is Daniel Day-Lewis's category, but if I had to choose one, I'd maybe say Hugh Jackman for Les Mis, but he's not going to win. And the last category today is Best Picture, and this is also the most important category, obviously, and the nominees are Argo, Django Unchained, Les Miserables, Life of Pi, Amour, Lincoln, Silver Linings Playbook, Zero Dark 30, and Beasts of the Southern Wilds. For who I think will win, I'd have to say Lincoln. Argo is definitely a could win. I would actually say that Argo would have been my will win if Ben Affleck would have been nominated. But now for Best Director, but knowing that he wasn't, I think this is going to go to Lincoln. It just seems like one of those movies that the Academy just really goes for. And for who I think should win, I think either Django Unchained or Silver Linings Playbook should win. Silver Linings Playbook has a slight shot at getting the Oscar, but it looks like it's going to Lincoln. Alright guys, those are my 2013 Oscar predictions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments below who you think will win some of these categories. What are some of your picks for who's going to win the Oscar? Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.